All right, now one of the things that the worksheet does is it also asks you to create a profile view of a certain section of the map. Now what you'll see is that I've put the chart on just like it shows in the worksheet you're going to do next. For any position, what I want to be able to do is to chart what the slope looks like in that given area. So you'll see that I've kind of stretched it out. The left side will be point A. And the right side will be point B. All I'm going to do is mark down the positions of the lines and try to give the relative spacing of the contour lines on this chart. So A, you'll notice, is at 1,800 meters. So I'm going to plot a point at that position. Now to go along the line towards B, you'll notice that I'm going up in elevation. So the next part is going to be 50 meters for the next line, which is halfway between the scale on my left side of the graph. As I move to the next contour line at 1,900 meters, I notice that's stretched out a little bit more, so I'm going to do that as well on my profile. Moving to the next position, it's not stretched quite as much. I adjusted the dots a little bit just to give a little bit better idea of the spacing, and we finished at 2,000 meters. Now I'm going to just draw a smooth kind of connect the dots line. Now here you'll notice that the slope is pretty shallow. It's not going uphill very quickly, which makes sense because we said our lines are very spread apart. Now for the next one, you'll notice that I shortened it up because the lines are a little bit closer together. So the space between C and D is a little tighter. So on the left, I'm going to start with C. And on the right, I'm going to move to position D. So if I take a look, C is at 2,050 meters. And as I move towards D, the next line I hit is 2,000, and it's fairly close together. And the spacing to the next line, they all seem pretty evenly spaced. So I'm going to do that as well as I move through the chart. Now, as I draw the line through, and it wasn't quite a perfect line, and you'll notice I ended up at 1,950. It's a little bit steeper than last time. That's because the lines are closer together. That's telling us that the slope of that position is steeper. So pretty much what I'm going to do is if I ask you to go from one point to another, I'm simply plotting the positions of the contour lines I pass as I go from one point to the next. That's going to then create a profile as if you were looking at it from the side.